This is Maritime TV, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria, where the Global Maritime Security Conference is holding.
People have tried to create the impression that the challenge of piracy and maritime security is an African problem. It is indeed a global problem, but lately, Africa bears the brunt of maritime insecurity and piracy in particular.
This meeting is the opportunity to come up with a strategy for combating or continue the battle against criminality at sea, including piracy, including IUU fishing, because these problems affect the economic development of our nations. So it's important that the senior staff members of maritime administration, navies, and all experts available in member states, they have to join and then blend their effort to combat efficiently piracy and IUU fishing, to make sure that the resources of our seas will be used for the development of our population. This is the main objective.
I think the decision to hold this summit on maritime security at this point in time in Nigeria, and also to bring all the stakeholders from different countries and different organizations that have to do with the maritime sector to Nigeria at this point in time could not have come at a better time than the time that Nigeria has now domesticated the three of the SOA conventions. That's the 1988 SOA convention, its protocol, and the 2005 SOA convention, and the UNCLOS. That's the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, that has to do with piracy. You know, domesticated it by virtue of the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act, which the President signed in June. The implication of it, vis-a-vis what is going on now, is that Nigeria can no longer, among the Gulf of Guinea states, can no longer be regarded as one that is not living up to its responsibilities as far as its international obligations are concerned with respect to suppressing piracy, armed robbery at sea, and also unlawful acts at sea.
The key things the President said, and I'm just going to re-echo the thing he said. The first is that Nigeria is one of the first countries to pass a stand-alone law, an anti-piracy law in the sub-Saharan African region. The second is that Nigeria has commissioned the Deep Blue project, which has three dimensions. The first being the C4I Center, an enhanced maritime domain awareness center. The second of the three dimensions is the acquisition of land, air, and maritime assets. The third is capacity building for our maritime forces so that they can fight maritime crime. The President also mentioned that even the IMB and the international community acknowledge as a fact that there has been a significant drop in cases of piracy and maritime crime in Nigerian waters and in the Gulf of Guinea. Those are clear indications that we're making progress because of total commitment of the government of Nigeria. We're making progress because of robust partnership we have built with our international partners.
60% of the goods conveyed through the Gulf of Guinea is destined for Nigeria. So Nigeria must take a leading role, a commanding role, as far as piracy is concerned. Sometimes it's perception, but sometimes it's real. But then we have to develop critical infrastructure, critical framework for us to deal with piracy. Why? Because lack of security, or security, if you like, have profound impact on our economies.
The cost of installing a C4I system in any place is expensive. It's quite huge. But I know with collaboration with Nigeria, with what we have now, we'll be able to cover at least 80 to 90% of the Gulf of Guinea effectively. All they need to do is to seek to tap into it. After all, they all have navies or coast guards or some form of arrangement for seaward defense.
This is a long-awaited conference. I think something will come out of it. I'm hoping that there will be some kind of special declaration, not just the general communique, but a kind of new framework of cooperation and collaboration between West Central African countries where we have these problems and our development partners and the security agencies from other parts of the world that are focused on maritime security.